Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. Today I'm going to be taking you out and we're going to be doing another garden tour for mid-September. It's basically almost mid-September. Pretty much by the time I actually get this video posted, it will be mid-September. So let's take a look. I'm going to be picking cherry tomatoes today. That's my number one goal. I've already been picking some of my beans and what else did I? Oh, I deadheaded some of my snapdragons just to kind of clean things up a little bit. So let's go around and we'll take a look at the garden and I'll show you what's going on. I'm going to start over here with my snow peas. Got another rush of snow peas going on. That's pretty good because I planted these peas. I think those were the ones that I planted the beginning of May. And I've got a second rush of the snow peas going on. So I think that's pretty good. And then of course I have my onions growing in the front. They are definitely getting bigger, some more so than others. The red ones don't seem to be getting very big at all. One thing I was reading up on, and I was not aware of this, I've never really paid this much attention, and I don't know if I've planted these vegetables together before, but I was reading in the West Coast Seed Gardening Guide, and in there it was saying do not plant your onions near your peas. Well, when I read that, I already had done it. And I noticed that the peas are doing great, but I don't think the onions are doing that great. Now, the other reason they might not be doing great is because they don't get full sun. So I think next year, first, I won't plant them near my peas. Second, I will plant them where I get a lot more sun. This area doesn't get a lot of sun. Last year, I planted lettuce in front of my peas. And I think I'll do that again or spinach, because this side of the bed gets the least amount of sun. And that's why I put these snow peas here. And that was another reason why I planted lettuce and spinach. So I think I'm going to do that again next year. Won't put onions in this spot. They don't really like it very much. I might actually put them over on the other side, because the other side definitely gets more sun than this side does. So I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, moving on. This is my yellow zucchini. Now, I do there's a couple of little yellow zucchinis popping up in here all around. I don't know what these ones look like. I don't know if I've grown this variety before. So we'll just have to wait and see. Asparagus, still growing. And my dill is looking really good too. Got some really nice dill heads on there. Going to be using that for pickles for sure. I want to do some spicy green beans. I'll use the dill heads for that. I have some more dill over here as well. Then my green zucchini. I've got a couple. Oh, I've brought about 4 down there. And then I have another 2 more in there growing. What about on this one? Nope, nothing there. And oh, I have 2 in the back on that plant in the back. Those are my first 2 zucchinis on that plant in the back. That's just so funny. And if we look up, I like this. I feel like the Friendly Giant. Look up, way up. And there's these sunflowers. I'm going to get up here so we can take a closer look. We're going to come over to this one. Isn't that beautiful? So that is a bicolored sunflower. Some sunflowers with it being bicolor, it has the two colors. You're getting that burgundy and that off yellow. I'm just going to pull this one over here. Like that is just so pretty. And my glads have started to bloom. Look at this one way over here. I just want to bring it over so I can show you how pretty those flowers are. Oh, it just wants to fall over. This one has done blooming on that one. I've got another bud coming in up here. That's going to be blooming soon. So yeah, those are pretty. Still have my Swiss chard is still coming along really good. Still picking off of that. I've got another bud on my gladiola there. And if we come over here, there I have a few leeks. This is the Joker sunflower, and this is one plant. And it is just loaded with blooms. One plant. Like, they're down low. They're up high. They're not that high. This one only gets anywhere from 3 to 4 feet high. So that's pretty good. But absolutely beautiful. Then we come over here. These are my cucumbers. I gave a couple of cucumbers to my son, but I've got a cucumber there. A big one growing in there along the side of the panel. Got a little one there. I think I had another little one. Oh yeah, right here. Got another little one there. And another one there. So they've been growing pretty good. And I've been picking off of them. My leeks are doing lovely. With my leeks, I usually make the potato and leek soup. Cracker Jack marigolds. And look at these eggplants. I love these flowers on eggplants. I would grow eggplants just for the flowers. They're so pretty. This one here. That's beautiful. No eggplants, but I got really pretty flowers. Okay, coming over here. These are the dragon tongue bush beans, and they are almost at their end. Got a couple of little ones just with the little speckles on those. Those are so cute. These are the Goldfinger carrots. Haven't been picking a lot of these. I'm saving them because they are going to be my fresh eating carrots. So I picked a bunch over here. The Danver half-longs. I've picked a lot of those and I'm using them for cooking. In behind there, we got a big spaghetti squash on the dirt. Then I've got another one that I have hanging up in a net. And then I have another one here down on the ground as well. Only 3 spaghetti squashes. So I don't think those did that well. And then if you look up there, I have some sweet peas. So I just plunked some seeds along the base of my panel. And then they just grew up. I've got all kinds of varieties. They smell amazing. I love sweet peas. Of course, my green curled kale needs to be picked again. We got the bull's blood beets in along here. And then if we come here, this is the Toscano kale. And I don't really eat the Toscano kale. I've come to the realization that it's not my favorite. So I pick a bunch of the leaves off and I give them to my chickens. My chickens love them. So I'll just keep feeding them to my chickens, but I don't think I would plant these again next year. I'm not even going to bother. So all of these little cherry tomatoes, these are the Sun Gold tomatoes. These are They're my brother-in-law's favorite, but they're my new favorite. They are super sweet. They're absolutely amazing. And then down below, Scarlet Nantes. And I've picked a few of these out too. I gave some to my son. There's lots. I have so many. Oh, got a little vanilla marigold going to bloom there. Next to the sun gold, these are the natural black cherry tomatoes. And then next to them are the chocolate sprinkles. Look at those. Those are beautiful. Then if we come back over here, these are the sunburst squash. I have a few growing in there. Just waiting for them to get a little bit bigger. And if we come over here, I cut out a bunch of the leaves because they were just getting pretty ugly. But if you look in there, look at all those little babies growing. And then on this one, again, I have a bunch growing in there. This one, I might as well take that one out. And this one, those are no good. Oh, and I have another one here. That's no good. And we've eaten tons off of here. Then if we look down here, these are the cylinder beets. Haven't been picking too much from the beets. Then we have, oh, more of the sweet peas. And some of my sweet peas, if you look here, this pod has gone to seed. So if I let that dry out, then I can collect those seeds from inside. I've got quite a few, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll just collect those, let those dry out, and then I'll collect the seeds, and I can replant them next year. My pickling cucumbers have almost come to an end. I've got a little one down there. I'm not really seeing too much more. I ended up getting probably only 3 quarts of pickles for dill pickles this year. Not a ton, but I got some. These are my annual green bunching onions, and these were the ones that reseeded themselves from last year. So I didn't plant those, they just came up on their own. The celery on this side hasn't done very good either. But my celery on this side has done a lot better. Then the kohlrabi, of course, is getting so big. I need to pick that too. We need to do something with the kohlrabi. I've made a couple of salads with it, but you can cut kohlrabi, like after you've peeled it, you can cut the kohlrabi up into matchsticks and put in a stir fry. Then we have the calendula. Look at those sweet peas. Aren't those look magnificent? And they are so beautifully scented. And then we come over here. These are the golden beets down below. I have a really nice one over here, a couple of nice ones. I could pick those. And I have snap peas. These are my, they're just regular snap peas. They're not the snow peas. And I have a second rush of those going on. Things have cooled off a bit. Today actually was only 21 degrees during the day. Yesterday was only 17 degrees Celsius, that is. Down here in amongst we have rutabagas. They are massive. Some are just huge. If I lift these leaves up and we look under there, look at that. It's crazy big. That's huge. And then up above, in behind my rutabagas, these are the black Krim tomatoes. Look at how big that is. And it's just starting to blush. I'll be picking that probably within the next week. Okay, and then we come over here. These are the Aunt Ruby's German green. And if we look on this side, I'm just going to move this tomato leaf. Right in there I have one that's starting to blush. Down here, these are the Big Bertha peppers. They're definitely getting bigger. Got a couple there starting to grow. Just waiting for them to get bigger. And then we come over here. My cayenne peppers have started to grow. They're not very big. Like, look at this. It's just starting to get a little pepper on it. Then here, these are my New Girl tomatoes, and they're all ripening quite a bit. More New Girl tomatoes there, ripening up. There's my other cayenne pepper. These ones are bigger. If I look over here, those are bigger. Yeah, they're so cute. And then come around the back, and these are the Amish paste tomatoes. Look at that cluster of tomatoes. And then I've got another one growing in here. They're getting so big. I took out the, what are they? They were the tender green beans. I think that's what they were called. I got the tag here. Yep, tender green beans. I took those out. They were all finished. So we're done with those. And then if we come over here into the flower garden. So this is the Lavaterra, and that's pretty much on the verge of being done. I wonder if I'll be able to collect any seeds from there. Maybe. I'll check those pods inside. These ones are dried up, so I could check in there and see if there's any seeds in there that I could maybe collect the seeds from there. Genovese basil is still doing good. Got my snapdragons, lobelia, alyssum, portulaca, more snapdragons, just in so many different colors. There's a mixed color lobelia, and then my salmon geranium. We got some more portulaca. This is the calibrachoa. It's due a second rush of blooming. I actually picked off all the dead leaves. This is the borage. And this borage has already flowered. Then I deadheaded it. And now it's flowering a second time. And look at the honeybees. I have 2 honeybees. So pretty. This here, I can't remember if this is stalks or Nicotiana. I thought it was stalks. And I can't remember at all. What is this? Oh, I have a mushroom growing in my plants. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. And then down in behind here, that's my curled parsley. And then I have the flat leaf parsley. More alyssum, snapdragons, lobelia. And look at this, my lavender is finally blooming. I've tried to start lavender, and it just has never worked. I bought this plant and it's just starting to flower now. So exciting. And then, yeah, so that other one is Nicotiana. This is the stalks. I knew that other one wasn't stalks. Okay, let's come over to this side. We got some cosmos, more sweet peas, tons of tomato flowers, but I'll probably be cutting those all off pretty soon here because I don't need any more flowers starting. I need the plant to focus on the tomatoes. But look at this cluster. That is the cherry Roma tomatoes. We have the yellow pear tomatoes. This is the sweetie cherry, loaded with lots of ripe. This is why I have to pick these. They're just clusters everywhere of tomatoes. And then this is the mystery Roma tomato that my friend gave me the tomato and I collected the seeds from it. That has lots of tomatoes on it. This is the shishito peppers coming in here. These are the purple annual bunching onions. They're getting so big. These shishito peppers are definitely a lot bigger than those other ones. And then there's my third shishito pepper there. Here we have more cosmos. These here, those tomatoes are the Carnival Blend tomatoes. Have quite a few growing in on there. In front of those, these are the sweet banana peppers. They're starting to definitely got some peppers on them. Got another one in, a few more in behind. Another sweet banana pepper plant. These are the jalapeno peppers. They're just starting to get going. And this one too as well. They're just starting to grow. Just got a few little ones starting to grow there on that side. And a nice pretty little marigold there. Now this side here, this is where I planted the Chinese Toi Choy, and I also planted the Hikari salad turnips. And if you look here, there's some little sprouts on the Hikari salad turnips coming in. Nothing for the Chinese Toi Choy yet. I'm actually surprised these Hikari salad turnips have started so quickly. And then here, these little sprouts, this is the corn salad that I planted. And it's starting to sprout, so that's super exciting. Got a few more here. So as you know, I love showing off this side of the garden. So I will be taking this netting off of my cabbage plants probably within the next week. And there I have, that's the Scorpio cabbage in here. Then this is the Lenox cabbage. It's really hard to see under this netting. Then we have a Savoy cabbage. You can really see this one from the top. It looks amazing. And I'm not sure what this kind of cabbage is, if it's a cabbage or a cauliflower. I can't remember, but look at the size of this leaf. I don't know if you can see that, but it's huge. This is one leaf off of this plant. There's my other cauliflower. I'm going to be picking that one probably within the next couple of days. So with the cauliflower, I had 3 heads of cauliflower in my fridge. So what I did with them was I was planning on following a recipe, and it's paleo, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it. I have a recipe, and it's a cauliflower rice pilaf recipe. So what I do is I take a head of cauliflower, break all the florets up, and I put them in my food processor, and I run my food processor on the pulse setting, and I just keep pulsing the food processor until that cauliflower florets resembles the consistency of rice. And I will just keep pulsing it, and so then I use a head of cauliflower that I've food processed. I use the whole head and I put it through the food processor, and then that's what I make my cauliflower rice pilaf with. And then the other 2 heads, I ended up putting that through the food processor too. And what I do is I put that cauliflower rice into the medium-sized freezer bags, and I label it and I put it in my freezer, and then when I want to make that dish, I just pull out those bags of that cauliflower rice out of the freezer, and then I make that dish again. So super easy, easy peasy. And I just wanted to let you know what I do with my cauliflower. If I'm not eating it fresh, that's what I use when I'm cooking it up. Okay, moving on. This is the Bon Bon squash vine. And it's getting a little bit easier to see the squash. And I was showing you before, when I was showing you my squashes, yeah, it's getting a lot easier to see them now. Got some small ones, some big ones, definitely a couple there. Another, I think I have, oh, there's one there. And I think that's it for over here. Then, oh, and there's another one. As I'm walking, I almost stepped on it right there. Okay, now this here, that's my mashed potato squash. And I'll tell you about that. Okay, so what I use mashed potato squash for, I mean, you will cut it in half. You can take the seeds out from the center, put a little bit of butter and maybe some fresh garlic if you want to put that in there. And then you bake it in the oven. Once it's tender and you can scoop it out from the shell, then what you do is you scoop that out and you put that flesh that you've taken from the inside out into a bowl, and you add butter, milk, salt, pepper, maybe if you put sour cream in it, and you mash it up like you would mashed potatoes. And it's a great alternative for a starch as opposed to having mashed potatoes. And I actually grew this last year for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. It was quite nice. Okay, and as we go along all the way down here, these are all my potatoes. I have a lot. I haven't really been picking too many potatoes. I'm just letting them get going, and the plants are definitely starting to die off. These ones here have started. Those ones down there, not too bad. So I'm letting them kind of peter off, die off, and then I'm gonna harvest all these potatoes. Now over here, this is where I have harvested my Jennifer potatoes. I have one hill of Jennifer potatoes left, and I will be harvesting those probably within the next week. I'll harvest those. Over on the on this side of the potatoes, we are coming into my pumpkins. Lots of pumpkins. They're definitely starting to turn orange. I can see the vines are definitely kind of dying off, and the pumpkins are turning orange. So we have quite a few. I can see them even through the fence. If you kind of look through the fence, you can see them little bits of orange. I'll go around to the back and show you as well. And then, of course, candy roaster squash. Lots of candy roaster squash poking through my vines all the way down. Look at that big one there. This is the one that I accidentally picked off, and I wasn't supposed to pick it off, so I'm just leaving it here to dry and cure. But yeah, there are so many in here. Got another big one. Like, that's massive, 18 to 24 inches. It's definitely getting close. Then we have corn. I have a few cobs in here, get rid of this cobweb. But I've got a few cobs of corn. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8, 9 cobs of corn so far. And then butternut squash. I planted butternut squash in amongst my corn. Oh, I see one here. Okay, let's move this leaf. There. Butternut squash. Hopefully, I think we have about anywhere from 3 weeks to a month before we're going to get our first hard frost. So hopefully we can let that finish maturing. I wanted to show you on this side. Look at that. That pumpkin's really getting nice and orange. That looks gorgeous. There's another one here. Little guy. Another one. These were the ones on the other side of the fence. Oh. There's one. Got one there, another one here. Got a little baby in beside the candy roaster. Another one there. And I think that's it for my pumpkins anyways. So this is the fruit and berry side of the garden. So there are my strawberries. I took all the netting off of my strawberries. And then these are my haskaps. I have one haskap there, another little haskap down there. This is my blue plum tree. I didn't get any blue plums on it. Sour cherry tree, of course I had a ton of sour cherries. And over here are the raspberries. They're pretty much finished. Haven't been picking anything off of them for a while. And then here we have the elderberry bush. And as you can see, I'm just gonna got some elderberries there. Not too many, just a couple. But over here, these ones, I'm just waiting for these ones to start to ripen. So cool. Okay, up there, these are my more cherry tomatoes. Down here, these are the cream sausage tomatoes. Cute Roma tomatoes. And they turn like a pale yellow color. I've picked a couple off of there. I've tried one. They're actually pretty tasty. I think I would grow those again. My flowers. Over here, this is, the first one is my yellow pear tomato. I don't see any of them ripening yet, but I'm sure they're getting close. Another of the, you can see here the cream sausage. It's starting to turn. Another one there is starting to blush. If we come over here, Manitoba, this one's doing absolutely nothing. I have blooms and I haven't had one tomato grow on here. My flowers in behind, but the indigo rose, it's doing awesome. Still haven't noticed any that I could pick that are red on the bottom. take a quick look from underneath. No, I don't see anything yet that's showing me that those are ripe. San Marzano, not a fan. Not very happy with the results of those. This is the other Torenzo and the Tumbling Yellow. Next to it, that's the Celebrity Tomato. It's doing okay. Oh, there's a Celebrity tomato starting to blush. It's turning red, so that's exciting. My other Indigo Rose, I just love how dark black those are. But look at these jalapenos. It is just loaded with jalapenos. I'm so happy with the results of these peppers on the deck. I have so many. I'm gonna come over on this side. Just lots. I can't wait until they get bigger. Gonna give them a little bit more time to get bigger. This one, they're just starting to get going. Like I have a few, if I lift up the leaves, I can see them, but they definitely need to get bigger. And this Manitoba, I have lots of tomatoes on it, but that took forever. Like that, these tomatoes shouldn't take that long. They're supposed to be a fast producing. I know lots of people that grow these and they are so happy with the Manitobas. I don't think they do good. Not on my deck anyways. My other San Marzano. So I think probably within the next couple of weeks, I was looking back on my videos last year, seeing exactly when I started actually picking the bigger tomatoes, the slicers. And I actually didn't start picking them until about the third week in September. That's when I really noticed them starting to blush, and I was picking a lot of ripe tomatoes. But boy, when they get started, it's gonna be gangbusters. I'm gonna be just canning tomatoes like crazy. One recipe I really would like to make, tomato soup, and I think I could can it. I'll have to kind of research that too. I don't see why I couldn't. I know people that can soup all the time. Pressure canner, I think that's how I would want to do it. But I'm definitely going to be making a lot of salsa. I want to make some more hot and sour chili sauce. I'm almost out of chili sauce, so I definitely will be making some more of that. I want to try and make some kind of chutney. I'm trying to figure out a chutney, maybe with the apples that I picked off of my one fruit tree down in the bottom. I picked some green, I think they're a transparent apple. I didn't really get a lot of apples, so I can't make any applesauce this year. And the cucumbers, haven't made any of the bread and butter pickles yet, but definitely have a lot that I could definitely do a bread and butter pickle recipe out of that. So I just wanted to thank you for joining me, and if you like this video, put a like in there, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and then you can see all the videos as they come, and you'll get the notifications too. So thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.